Good morning, this is Brian Johnson, and I had a special request, a couple of them actually, on talking about fibromyalgia. So here's the most important thing to remember is that fibromyalgia is an over-acidic body, which means lack of oxygen, lack of good water, lack of good thoughts potentially. If you have metal fillings in your mouth, that's another way to get fibromyalgia, and it just basically means that your nerves are consistently in pain. And it's typically from a polluted body, which means there's the exit strategies, so to speak, are not as efficient as they could be. So here are some things that you can do. Starting with your mindset, if you have any anger, any rage, any self-loathing, any not loving yourself, that's going to be the first place to start. Because if you are having self-sabotage thoughts, you're going to crave sugar, sweets, processed foods, alcohol, dairy. All of that stuff is going to create an acidic body. Now here are some things that you can do specifically to help with that. Okay? Number one, cilantro. Cilantro is your number one heavy metal chelator. Now here's the deal. If you are trying to chelate metals, you need to be extremely careful, because if your exit strategy, so to speak, is not functioning, meaning if you're not using the restroom bowel movement wise, that's the first concern. You need to make sure you're doing probiotics, good belly, sauerkraut, lots of good water. Making sure that you're doing blended smoothies so that you have the fiber, which will help induce your bowel movement, because metals, specifically mercury and heavy metals, are moved 80 to 90% through your bowel. So if that's not working, you're going to have an issue. Okay, so always when you eat the cilantro, what happens is the cilantro pulls or claws all the heavy metals out of your fats in your body and in your brain specifically, and puts them into your bloodstream. And then we bring in this one, asparagus. This is your top glutathione containing food, meaning it is known as what increases or induces the phase 2 enzyme, which is a complete full body detoxification. So you know that when you have asparagus, your pee stinks. That's because it's detoxing your kidney and your livers. So that's important. Now your second highest source of glutathione is this, avocado. Same thing, when you eat the avocado or the asparagus, if you're using cilantro to chelate metals because you have Alzheimer's, Parkinson's, dementia, whatever, if you're using the cilantro, make sure that you pair it with the asparagus, the avocado, and then you have number 3, the broccoli. So remember, broccoli, the stem is the most important part, so you want to make sure that you eat that. It has some stuff called glucoraphin, which is some stuff that we spoke about briefly last time. It's also great for estrogen-based cancers because it has DIM in it. It's also got I3Cs, which is an endo-3 carbonyl, which is heavily potent for fighting cancers. Now, when you're talking fibromyalgia, you're talking over acidity. Cucumber, your highest alkaline vegetable, right up there along with wheatgrass, which is, I use a lot of wheatgrass. It's actually your number one blood pressure lowerer. So make sure if you're on blood pressure medications that you are careful and making sure that you're being mindful of that. Last one you have is celery. Very high in patholides, which helps to relax the blood vessels around your heart, so that is your second highest blood pressure lower. It also has high amounts of fiber, so it helps to clear out plaque in the arteries and help with the bowel movement situation. So fibromyalgia, first things, start with your mindset. If I ask you if you love yourself and you say sure, yeah, of course, absolutely, those are all no. Not wrong, just means that you're out of alignment with spiritually who you are as a creation of our highest power, God, trees, whatever works for you. That is the first place to start, because until you rectify that situation to where if I ask you if you love yourself and you say yes, I love myself, full-bodied, that's going to be the first place to start, because if not, you're going to create self-sabotage, you're going to crave foods that are going to be bad for you, and you're going to have a nasty, destructive thought process that is going to keep your body in an acidic environment, and the food is going to do nothing for you. So mindset first, food second. Then also start working on your water, making sure that you have good clean water, whether it's distilled, whether it's alkaline, whether it's essentia. That's a whole other conversation, but if you have questions specifically on that, let me know and I will address it. So hopefully this information was something that you can use right now, which is the only time that you have. And remember, if you don't make time for your wellness, you will make time for your illness. Have an awesome day.